in the world do you talk to your clients about switching to non-toxic beauty without this fear or awkwardness? Welcome back to the Impactful Salon Owners Podcast. I'm your hostess, Jacquelyn Rodriguez, and today we are going to talk all about how to actually talk to your clients. I really wish I would have had this many, many years ago. Because when I first started learning about the harmful ingredients in conventional beauty, I was terrified. It really did actually scare me. And the fear showed up in how I spoke to my clients. My intentions were good, but the delivery came off a little intense, overwhelming, and honestly, a little awkward. So I kind of scared my clients away. And if you are a salon owner who wants to start talking to your clients about switching over to non-toxic products, but you're scared of sounding preachy or scaring people off, or you just don't know what to say, this episode is for you. We're going to talk about how to educate with empathy, confidence, and clarity without fear-mongering or sounding scary. So let's talk about why fear-based education does not work. And this is where I started. When I first found out that I was actually in what was actually in the products that I was using on myself, my team, on my clients, it kind of made me feel sick. And I couldn't believe I trusted these brands for so long. So then when I realized the long-term harm these ingredients were doing, I kind of felt betrayed and angry, and I felt scared. So naturally, I started talking to my clients from that space, from that energy. And I came off a little scary. You were like I was just one of those people that you did not want to ask questions because you were too afraid to hear the answer. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. And that's how my clients started to feel. And I felt so terrible once I realized it. So I would ask, my clients, do you know what's in your shampoo? You shouldn't be using that because it's full of X, Y, and Z. I wouldn't even put this on my dog, let alone you. I mean, some of the things that I would say, I truly did mean well, but most people did not respond how I hoped they would. They either got defensive, shut down, or just smiled and was like, oh, okay. But they kept using the same things because they didn't feel like they could trust me. So what I learned was when we speak or educate from a place of fear, we actually activate people's defenses. But when we speak from grounded knowledge, personal experience, and curiosity, we open up a door and people start to lean in and want to learn more. You might be asking yourself, what works? What would work better? And the first thing you want to start with is your why. Speak from a place of power, not panic. Instead of leading from what's bad and what made you make this huge shift, you want to give them the reasons why. So you can start with things like this. Maybe I started learning more about what was in my products when I was dealing with, insert your personal story, your skin issues, health concerns, and it opened my eyes. So for me, I started to look at what was in my products when I realized that I didn't want my kids breathing in all the toxins when I was cleaning the bathroom. And why should I want to breathe in my toxins either? So that light bulb moment for me opened up a whole new door of just looking at what was in the ingredients, what I should avoid. And that led me to everything I'm doing now. And you want to continue to just talk to them about how you actually started doing things. So for me, I didn't switch everything over at once, but I started making little changes and I could feel the difference in my health and in my energy. So once you've told them your why and you've opened up that door for them to want to be invited into the conversation, that's when you start to talk to them about the benefits, not just the ingredients. Instead of rattling off every toxic chemical to avoid, which really can be overwhelming for them, even for myself. Talking about how your clean swaps make them feel, how they will actually give them the transformation they're looking for. They want to know what they're going to get out of it. So something like since I switched over to this shampoo, I've noticed clients' scalp are less irritated, or this product doesn't just smell better. It doesn't trigger headaches and sensitivities like some of the other fragrances you may have experienced. You still get the beautiful results just without a harsh after effect. So that's the whole point. Like, you want to allow the results to speak louder than just the ingredient list. So the third thing you want to do is normalize the transition process. Most clients aren't ready to toss out their whole beauty bag overnight, which is also not what we're asking them to do. That is not sustainable to just throw everything out. And it's okay. You don't want them to feel like that's what you're expecting. You can tell them things like, you don't need to throw everything away today. Just eventually start replacing things one thing at a time. And that will make a huge difference. And if you're ever curious about better options, I'm happy to walk through them with you. This whole idea is not about being perfect. It's about just really being mindful. It's a journey. Walk with them, not ahead of them. Show them the different things that they can start to make small changes on, and they will be happy to make those changes, especially when they see that it's going to give them the results that they're looking for. All right. So the next thing is, how do you handle client pushback? You will get questions about your changing and about the actual products. They might ask you questions like that they've heard from other people at, like, natural products don't work as well, or they're just way more expensive, and they're not going to do what they need them to. What I want you to remember is curiosity is not resistance. It's a request for education. So instead of getting defensive, get curious with them. You can respond with things like, that is such a great question. I thought the same thing at first. Honestly, I was skeptical too, but after trying it for a few weeks, I noticed. And then tell them your story, right? You are bringing on products into your salon because you like them. They work. I hope that you've done the work to vet them and make sure that the products work the way that you are expecting and your clients are expecting. And at that point, truly, it's just about showing them the difference and telling them your story. Because clean beauty has come a long way. Trust me. Because I started this whole journey, it's been at least 15 years ago. And in my salon, it's been 13 that I've been fully clean and sustainable. So products have truly made a difference. And some of them are performing even better than our traditional products. So it's about showing them and educating them that. You want to meet them where they are. Build that trust through transparency, not pressure. And you want to have a few scripts that you can lean into and you practice so that you can handle some of these harder questions that some of those clients who just really don't understand might be asking you, so that it's not taking you off guard. And here are a few scripts that you could bring up without it being too weird. So you can bring up something like, hey, just a heads up, we've started using products with fewer harsh chemicals. You might notice that they smell a little different or the texture is a bit lighter. If you're ever curious why we made the switch, I'm happy to share. And truthfully, you should be sitting down with every single client and talking to them about your why. So write out a script and tell each client the changes that are coming and why you've made those changes and how you intend to make sure that they still get the same, if not better, results. It's all about making this simple, not pushy, not fear-mongering, just empowering so that they feel like that they can trust your judgment. So you don't have to scare your clients into clean beauty. You don't have to memorize every ingredient or preach like you're a scientist. You just have to lead with your truth and transparency. You don't have to scare your clients into clean beauty. And you don't have to memorize every ingredient or get preachy like you're a scientist. You just have to lead with the truth and your transparency. Share what you've learned, show what's working, and stay open to the conversation. Because when you speak from empowerment, not panic, you invite your clients into something better and they will trust you and they will be way more open. And not because they have to, but because they want to. And when you're ready and you feel more confident in educating your clients, creating clean product rituals, and elevating your salon from the inside out, there's so much more that you're able to do with them. Make sure you comment scripts below, and we will get you a messaging script that I have a document for you that helped me get prepared to share all of my, stories with them and educate them and lead with that curiosity. Make sure you stay away from fear mongering, support them, stay curious, allow them to ask you questions, and most importantly, show them the difference. Educate them on how they can get that transformation without worry. And you will have raving fan clients that continue to come back time after time and tell all of their friends about you.